One of the statistically best passers in the world right now is in MLS. Jack McGlynn, who moved this season from Philadelphia to Houston and just finished the Gold Cup with the US men's national team, has consistently been putting up ridiculous numbers. So who is he, how does he play, and just how far can he go? McGlynn has been one of the top young midfielders in MLS for Philadelphia over the past few seasons, so it was a bit of a surprise when he moved not to a European side, but to another MLS one, which raised the question, why would Philly even want to get rid of him? McGlynn played the left center mid of a 4-4-2, usually in a diamond, but sometimes Philly would also play a flat four, and he'd be expected to play very direct, so he'd usually push up far, and the center backs would send balls in, and he'd receive, knock down, play forward. And you can see from his statistics in those past couple seasons that he was very successful with progressive passing and really penetrating into the attack with 1 to 2 touches. But the defensive part of his game is very weak. So with Bradley Carnell coming in, who with St. Louis really favored high pressing, everyone defends system, it makes sense that McGlynn would be someone who Philly could lose, especially if they were getting all the money that they were getting, plus a 50% sell-on clause. Some people might have questioned why he decided to stay in MLS and go to Houston instead of going to Europe at a Serie B side, Casanova FC. But if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. At Houston, he can continue to grow in a stable environment and either wait for a move that would be better for him and, a more stable prospect than a Serie B side, or he could just continue being a star in MLS. And if you look at how Houston play under Ben Olsen, it makes even more sense why he would stay. Houston play a more patient, possession-based style under Ben Olsen, with a lot of positional rotation, which really suits McGlynn's soccer IQ and just vision for the game. He can slot into positions that open up and find the best spot to receive the ball. When McGlynn first got to Houston, he played as the left center mid in the double pivot in the system, and he played well. He received the ball easily, 1-2 touches. He's very good when he gets a lot of touches on the ball and good at dictating tempo, but the results weren't quite going the way that they wanted to go. So he moved out into the right winger position where he can cut inside, find these long switch passes, and he's developed a great relationship with the right back, Dorsey. Even though he's playing on the right wing, he doesn't play like a traditional touchline winger. He plays more like an inside 10 or just a general possession creator. He kind of goes wherever he can find the space. Frequently, Dorsey will overlap here, which lets McGlynn receive the ball from the center back or from the pivot, and from there he can either play 1-2 touch, which he really likes to do. He loves playing quick. He doesn't dwell on the ball, which is a really good quality in such a young player. He'll frequently open up and he'll just find a long switch to the left winger, find a great through ball into the 9. He can really just find any type of pass, and he's fantastic at striking the ball. You'll often see him just cutting inside and waiting for an opportunity. A ball spills out from the defense, and he loves to just strike it, and he'll strike it from wherever. He's scored some fantastic goals this season, and we can see this in action with some in-game examples. So we can see here that he's dropped into this right back position with Dorsey somewhere off screen over here. He's received from the center back. He takes 1 touch and he's already looking to find the switch, and he hits it beautifully. The ball just bounces over the player, but it's MLS, so sometimes that happens. Another example comes from a game against San Jose, where you can see there's not really a chance here. The ball's just bouncing around until it falls to McGlynn. He's right here. He takes 1 touch out of his feet. He's already looking. He sees the space here that's hidden by the graphic. And after a single touch, he's already hitting this ball into the space. Then after he's hit the perfect pass, he sees the space to run into. He gets a chance that's blocked, and it goes out for a corner, which eventually leads to a goal. Here's another example from the same game. The ball's moving forward here. McGlynn is demanding it. And that's another great quality for a player to have. They really want the ball. They want to be the ones to make things happen. He gets it, and in the next frame, he's already passed it away because he only takes 1-2 touches. He moves the ball so quick. He already knows what he wants to do when he gets it. There's no thinking. He just sees the game. He reads it so well, and it ends up leading to another goal. So what's next for McGlynn? Personally, I think his future lies deeper in midfield if he's not the main man at a club like Houston. He can get on the ball more, dictate the tempo, but he shouldn't be the one relied on for defensive duties. So he should be next to a more defensive in a double pivot, or he could play the 6 with a hard-working midfield in a 3, or he could play as a 10, or even as one of the 8s with a defensive 6. I think any of these work for him because his best qualities are passing, reading the game, and that's really able to be applied anywhere. He could strike the ball from deep and spray passes, or he can send crosses in and nice through balls from a more advanced position. So he could really play anywhere in the midfield. The key is that he can't be relied on for the main defensive player, but he's not a slouch defensively. He can still defend, it's just not his best quality. Jack McGlynn has a great sense of the game for tempo, he has amazing passing technique and an incredible ability to strike the ball, and he's only 21. We can see from his stats that he profiles really similarly to some of the best midfielders in the world. While this is in MLS, these stats scale up really well. You don't lose your ability to pick out a pass just because you've gone up a level, especially if you're already playing as quick as Jack McGlynn does with these 1-2 touches. Jack McGlynn is definitely a player to keep your eye on right now in Houston and in the future wherever he might end up going.